What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to TTB Ravens Media, bringing you daily Ravens content every single day. But it's draft season. I'm coming out with a ton of videos every day, instant reaction videos to every single draft pick. And then, of course, what I'm doing right now, which is a day recap and kind of analysis on all of the picks and what I think, as well as more evaluating the players after I've been able to look at them a little bit more so I can understand their game better. Tomorrow, basically, I'll have videos for all the picks. I'll also have videos doing predictions. I'll also have videos doing best players that I like. And then obviously a recap. But this video, I think a lot of people may be new to the channel if you're watching it because y'all want to know about Brandon Stephens. So I will absolutely get into that. It'll be the second part I talk about. I guess you could skip ahead, but I'll talk about Ben Cleveland first. Ben Cleveland picked 94th overall. This dude is massive, 6'6", 343 pounds. And this is a dude I'm really excited about. It may say Cleveland on the back, but this guy was born to play in Baltimore. He is absolutely nasty. He's big, he's powerful, and he's going to maul people in the run game. And you look at who he's going to be playing next to, a guy like Ronnie Stanley, maybe the best left tackle in the NFL. That left side is going to be nasty. Then we're also, where we may be signing right tackle Alejandro Villanueva, or left tackle Villanueva, switching him to right tackle. And then obviously Kevin Zeitler, boom, that is amazing. And then also we could get Bradley Bozeman playing center like he did back in Alabama. Oh my goodness, the offensive line. That is so much better than what we had last year. It's absolutely ridiculous. You want to see, some statistics about him. He played 4 years, allowed 3 quarterbacks hits and 1 sack allowed, and that's playing in the SEC, the best conference in college football, and he produced and he mauled those guys. He wasn't playing D2. He wasn't playing, FCS. No, this dude was playing SEC football and absolutely destroying people. And even in the post-draft press conference, John Harbaugh basically said if they had told him, at the beginning of the day that they could get Ben Cleveland, they would have taken that deal right then and there. That shows how high they were on him. They weren't banking on, maybe this other guy could fall. No, they wanted Ben Cleveland to come to Baltimore. And I love that they drafted Ben Cleveland in Cleveland to go to the Ravens. But that's it on Ben Cleveland. Most Ravens fans, y'all can find stuff on Ben Cleveland. Brandon Stephens is the guy y'all want to look up because, I think everybody's really confused right now. I was a bit confused initially. Then I had to do some looking into it. A lot of people, you see the Ravens pick, you look it up, you're like, I want to watch this guy's highlights. Unless he's an offensive lineman, I want to watch his highlights. So you look up Brandon Stephens' highlights. Nothing. Where is it? Where are the Brandon Stephens highlights? So this is going to concern a lot of people. This guy doesn't even have a highlight reel. Why would we draft him? There were so many other players. This is going on in mind. It's not what I'm saying right now. This is what a lot of people are thinking. So, a bit about Stephens. Brandon Stephens was a very good running back, 4-star recruit, went to UCLA, 6 feet tall, 213 pounds. So, obviously, a good size for a running back, also good size for a corner. And you know what he did? He decided to take a chance on himself. He decided to bet on not only his athleticism, but his work ethic and his ability. And he decided he wanted to transition to corner. He entered the transfer portal, went to SMU where they allowed him to be a cornerback, which he wanted to play and never had really done before. So brand new to the position. He starts playing. He plays 2 years at the position, 22 pass breakups. So already, boom, shows you that he's at least attacking the ball, getting a hand out there. I think he had 1 interception. That's off the top of my head. I know he had the 22 pass breakups. Then he ran his pro day, ran a 4.43, had a 38-inch vertical. So obviously good athleticism. But the reasoning behind this pick, right now, I think John Harbaugh, Eric DeCosta, they will tell you right now, he was not the best player available right then and there. He wasn't. But they thought his potential was the highest. When you have a guy that decides himself that he wants to switch positions, he's not told by a coach, hey, man, we kind of want you to be a wide receiver or you got to be a cornerback. No. He wasn't told that. He decided for himself, I'm going to become a different position and I'm going to get my way to the NFL. Well, he's already gotten himself to the NFL, But you have a guy like that with that type of mentality that knows his worth, his mentality, his work ethic, and he thinks, yeah, I'm going to be better at corner. I may struggle at first, but I'm going to be better. You look at a guy, relatively similar situation. Not Jason. Odafe Owe, coming into the Ravens, a guy who has limited experience, but the Ravens drafted him over a guy like Azeez Ojulari. Why? They saw the potential of Odafe Owe. I got to get used to saying it. To become the best pass rusher in the class. Now, do they think that, Brandon Stevens will be the best corner in the class? Probably not, but they think he can be pretty darn good. Remember, this isn't a position where we need somebody to come in and become the best corner on the team. We're not in that position at all. We're in the exact opposite of that position. We have 2 of the top 10 cornerbacks in the NFL. All right? We got 2 of them. Then we have a premier slot cornerback. How much he plays, I don't know. Tavon Young. And then obviously we've got good depth at guys like Jimmy Smith, Anthony Averett, like solid football players that we can throw out there. So the Ravens drafted Brandon Stevens to develop so that when Jimmy Smith eventually retires or leaves Baltimore, we have a cornerback that has been studying and harnessing his craft, who is basically a beginner behind those guys that could step in and become that number 3 cornerback, or heck, even a number 2 cornerback, or dare I say it, potentially number 1, significantly less likely, but he's going to be sitting on the bench. This isn't a guy that I would expect to be getting a ton of playing time, but he's a guy that in the future, this is a long run type of pick. The Ravens have said multiple times they're trying to trying to create a dynasty. It's not about winning one Super Bowl. It's about consistently being able to win Super Bowls down the line. When Lamar Jackson has his big contract, well, all of a sudden we're going to have guys like Odafe Owe being developed. A guy like Brandon Stevens hopefully being developed. And that's the type of thing that the Ravens are trying to build. A player program where they can continuously bring in new players that they developed to be able to come in and dominate on the field when they have to step into that role. I like that they went cornerback. I like that they took the chance. Now, obviously, there were better players available, but they took the chance, and I'm with it. If the scouting department believes in this guy, as a 3rd-round pick, I'm absolutely with it because they know that they can develop that. Somebody in their, defense, whether it's Wink Martindale, the coach of the, secondary, one of those guys, they saw him and they said, I know what we can do with that. We can teach him how to play the position. Remember, we took Marlon Humphrey as a luxury pick. Obviously, Marlon Humphrey more developed, significantly more developed than Brandon Stevens, but we helped develop him. He's now one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL. Brandon Stevens, we may not get him to the best cornerback in the NFL, but he could be a darn good cornerback with his athleticism and, just from his work ethic and his mentality. He knows what he's worth. He knows what he can become. And that's when he made that positional switch. And that's when the Ravens drafted him. He's a long-term piece that could become a prominent player for the Ravens down the line because they could have gotten a corner or a safety or an offensive lineman that they drafted, but they felt that this guy being a long-term value is more valuable than maybe having one guy that's a slight improvement over what we have in the short run. They went long run. They want to win multiple Super Bowls, and that's why they went with Brandon Stevens. But let me know down in the comment section down below your thoughts on the Ravens drafting Brandon Stevens because I think a lot of Ravens fans may be upset. Obviously, I'm a very optimistic guy. I tend not to be negative towards anything unless you're like Miles Boykin or somebody like that. So let me know down below what you think. My opinion doesn't have to be the only opinion, but those are those are the insights on Brandon Stevens because a lot of people are just like, throwing stuff in the air because they're like, what is happening? So thank you all for watching. Subscribe for daily Ravens content and a ton of draft content. And I'll see all of you again tomorrow morning with a couple of videos before the draft starts. So turn that notification bell on to get notified when those go up. But thank y'all. Also, new Twitter forgot to say that in the last video, @TTB_Ravens instead of @TrezTheBank. But see y'all again tomorrow.